Do you have fatty liver? What's the best diet for it? Is fructose harmful? What about coffee? Is it good or bad for fatty liver? Can weight loss harm the liver? And what about whey protein? Heard it might be bad too. Do vegetable oils help or harm fatty liver? What about sweeteners? Which is best and worst? Can sweeteners harm fatty liver? In this video, I'll debunk fatty liver myths. Common condition, common misconceptions. These can harm your health. I've gathered 8 top fatty liver topics. I'll explain why each is true or false. Number 1 is about vegetable oils. Ever heard they're bad for you? If you're online watching this video on the internet, you've likely seen videos claiming vegetable oils are harmful to health, especially about sunflower oil, which is very common, or soybean oil or canola oil. The thing is, these vegetable oils are healthier than lard or coconut oil, which are high in saturated fats. Sunflower oil, which is well studied and common, contains mostly unsaturated fats that can even improve your cholesterol. It's only harmful if consumed in excess, but it's not forbidden. That's the first point. It's better to choose these oils over lard. They're only second to the champion, olive oil. Yes, olive oil is better due to its fat composition. There are better fats that can even boost good cholesterol, HDL, without harming your liver. It's all about the right amount. 1 milliliters of olive oil is a good dose to get cardiovascular benefits without risking excess calories or weight gain, which could worsen liver fat buildup. But don't worry. If it's common in your area or cheaper, I know olive oil is pricey in some places, not everyone can afford it, but the vegetable oils I mentioned can be good alternatives. Have you heard the claim that canola oil is toxic? There's some truth to that, as canola oil used to have a harmful property, but that's been removed and it's no longer toxic. If you want to avoid it, fine. There are other options, but it's not toxic. Got it? Number 2 is processed foods. Ever heard processed foods are bad for your liver? But what exactly is a processed food? It's any food that's been modified, not in its natural state. Adding salt or brine makes it a processed food. Generally, those with fatty liver should avoid ultra-processed foods. But why mention brine? Because brine won't harm you. Processed is a broad term, so check labels before banning foods, or you'll end up eating nothing. Many with fatty liver think they can't eat anything because everything's harmful. I'll mark processed foods with an asterisk to show what makes them processed. It could be just a pinch of sugar or a bit of salt. For example, some fish are considered processed but are just preserved in brine. Same goes for olives, hearts of palm, and pickled cucumbers. You can eat pickled cucumbers. They're labeled processed because of the preservation method. Slight changes in composition make it processed by definition. But would you put pickled cucumbers in the same category as sausages? No. Sausage is considered ultra-processed, which is different. There are also chemical additives and preservatives that can be harmful, possibly increasing the risk of colon cancer. So it's worth analyzing each food to understand why it's considered processed, rather than simply saying, "Oh no, this is processed, I can't eat it." This approach won't be too restrictive. Number 3 is about fructose. You probably know that people with fatty liver should avoid fructose. But there's a catch. What's harmful is excess fructose or high fructose corn syrup. You not only can, but should eat fruits. This fructose in strawberries, oranges with pulp, apples, or blackberries is fine. This type of fructose won't harm you. You should eat these low glycemic fruits. They're good for health, providing vitamins and nutrients, and they don't harm you. So there's no need to fear fructose. Some fruits have higher sugar content. Those with fatty liver should be more cautious, like bananas, mangoes, and grapes. But choose low glycemic fruits for better health. Now, about fructose syrup. Did you notice I mentioned it? That's the one that can be harmful. So avoid drinks or foods with fructose syrup or corn syrup. It's not corn itself. Many say corn's forbidden for fatty liver. No, it's corn syrup, cornstarch syrup, or fructose syrup. Sweetened drinks like chocolate milk, sodas, and box juices have lots of sugar. It's best to avoid them. Number 4, whey protein. Some videos claim whey protein is bad for the liver. They say whey protein derived from milk could harm our body. This is also false. Whey protein supplements help those who can't get enough protein from their diet. It's not for everyone. I take whey protein 3 times a month when I can't have lunch or dinner. If I'm seeing patients at the hospital, I'll take some whey to meet my protein needs. Now, if you're already consuming this amount, it's typically around 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. So if I weigh 100 kilos, I generally need to consume about 100 grams of protein daily. Keep in mind this can vary. For those with kidney issues, or intense bodybuilders, or those doing other intense physical activities, it might be slightly higher or a bit lower than this recommendation of about 1 gram per kilo or 0.8. Some studies also support this, okay? We now know that those with kidney issues aren't advised to restrict protein. It was advised decades ago, but that idea still lingers. Many patients with weak kidneys think they can't eat protein, which is also false. When discussing fatty liver, it's often linked to metabolic syndrome, but those with kidney issues don't need to eliminate protein. This is a major misconception that's been debunked in medical literature. Got it? So, whey protein doesn't harm the liver. Unless you're taking excessive doses daily, which could overload it, but the usual daily protein amount, including whey, is perfectly fine and won't harm your health. We still need to discuss the best diet, coffee, sweeteners, and other topics. If you're enjoying this, please like the video. Let's aim for 8,000 likes to spread this info further. If you're not subscribed yet, here's an invite to keep up with new videos. Number 5, coffee. Is coffee good or bad for your liver? Good news for coffee lovers. Moderate intake can actually help your liver. So the idea that coffee harms your liver only applies to excessive amounts. Do you really drink a lot of coffee? I'll tell you what's too much and what's a good amount. Studies showing benefits like reduced liver fat inflammation looked at people drinking up to 4 cups daily. That's 4 cups of brewed coffee or 4 shots of espresso per day. How much caffeine is that? They're equivalent. Your 1 espresso shot has about 100 milligrams of caffeine. This is considered moderate consumption. Some studies also looked at heavy coffee drinkers, more than 8 cups. What's that? Over 1.6 L of coffee? Many people drink that much. In that case, you could face risks from coffee consumption, increasing the chance of arrhythmias. It has a pro-arrhythmic effect, but only at very high doses. So if you're like me and drink coffee daily, relax. If you don't exceed 4 cups a day, which is a good amount, you needn't worry. In fact, it might even help you. Not just with liver fat, but a study also found that people who drank coffee in the dose I mentioned had a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Interesting how coffee can benefit our health as an antioxidant. It contains various substances studied for their health benefits. Number 6 is about soy, another myth. For decades, we doctors believed it could harm health, but now we know that consuming soy, moderate soy consumption, won't increase your risk of fatty liver or other changes. Soy was often linked to breast cancer or prostate cancer, but we now know this association doesn't exist. Moderate soy consumption won't increase your risk of breast cancer, for example. Okay? So that's a myth. If you enjoy soy-based foods, don't worry, it won't harm you. Number 7, another hot topic, sweeteners and fatty liver. Ever heard that sweeteners are bad for your health? Many online videos claim sweetness taste causes metabolic changes, even raising insulin levels. Scientifically, this is nonsense. If you have fatty liver and care about health, try natural sweeteners like stevia or erythritol. These sweeteners won't harm you. Artificial sweeteners likely won't harm you either. More extensive studies are needed to confirm dosage and liver effects, but it's not as alarming as people make it out to be. Natural sweeteners are proven safe to use. Number 8. What's the best diet for fatty liver? Can rapid weight loss harm the liver? The answer is yes. Studies have shown that losing weight too quickly can actually increase areas of cell death in the liver. That's why people say, I lost weight, but my fatty liver got worse. It's confusing, right? Doctors always say to lose weight and control it. But I did that, and my liver fat got much worse. This is actually quite common in practice. Why? A very restrictive, low-calorie diet can harm your liver. What's considered too rapid weight loss? More than 1 kilogram per week. The American Diabetes Association says safe weight loss is 0.5-1 kg weekly. This won't overload the liver or increase cell death areas. On the contrary, it can greatly improve the process of fat reduction in the liver. But be careful with speed. Don't do any fad diets or restrictive diets. You often ask me, what's the best diet for those with fatty liver? Studies show The Mediterranean diet may have an advantage over others. What does this Mediterranean diet consist of? It includes vegetables, fruits, fish, olive oil, and whole grains. Did you know some supplements can harm your liver? In this video, I discuss 9 dangerous supplements you should be cautious about. I've seen people think supplements can't hurt, but that's not true. Want to know which ones? This video will give you all that information. Take care.